Hi, I'm Dana with Cascade Pet Camp.
And I'm Shannon.
And we're here today to have a little chat about the terrible teens. Teenage puppies are a whole thing, and we wanted to give you guys a little bit of faith that you're not alone, that your puppy's not broken, and it is honestly just a very hard stage that we've got to kind of grit our teeth and get through.
Absolutely. So what are teenage years for puppies? Because they might only be months, but for a lot of us, it feels like years. Generally, from seven, little over 6 months to 7 to 20 to 22 months of age, dogs are mentally teenagers. So they will continue to go through a couple of different fear stages, including the last one that's sometimes over 12 months of age, but anywhere up to 20 months of age. Physically, depending on your breed, your dog might be physically mature, sterilized, housebroken, they're your best buddy, but mentally they are still a teenage dog.
So just like a teenage human, they are gaining confidence in the world. They think they kind of know it all. They don't really need you anymore. And yet we know that their brains aren't fully developed and they don't quite know what to do in our big, wide human world that they have to interact with. So common behaviors that we see people struggle with in this time, often 8 weeks or 9 weeks, whenever you may have taken your puppy home to that 6-month threshold, your recalls were amazing. Your puppy was turning on a dime and coming right back to you. And now all of a sudden, they kind of act like they don't hear you. If you've had human children, you might recognize that phase. It is very similar. And this is super common. We also see some of our worst chewing and destruction during this time. Some of that is because they're done teething and they have all their lovely adult teeth that can actually destroy things now. And we expect them to kind of know the rules. A lot of our dogs look like adults, and we treat them like adults, but their brains are still full of bees. And so we need them to kind of fit our human day, and they need us to kind of help them do that. And when we don't, we find our beautiful $100 pair of shoes chewed up in 4 pieces when we get home.
Which brings us to our next topic. Too much freedom at that age will also get your dog in trouble and have a really frustrated owner. So giving them more boundaries at that age is actually important. Working on harder things, they're awake more for sure, they have more energy, but giving them boundaries and following through and being more consistent at this age is really important.
So whether you've started training with your puppy from a couple months of age, or whether you've just gotten a teenage puppy, again, that super consistency, going back to lower expectations. So sometimes you may have to remind your dog what a sit looks like, or remind your dog what a recall looks like, but being consistent and following through. And really that means in a very benevolent way. Your dog doesn't know basically anything at that stage. Some dogs may be an exception to that, but if we give ourselves and our dogs a little bit of a break and say, okay, we need to go back to basics, we're going to be a lot less stressed and a lot more successful. And unfortunately, this is such a hard time for so many dogs that they often end up in shelters. This is the prime age where dogs end up in a sheltering program and are often then adopted out in that same stage and struggle in new home environments. So you're not alone. It is not unusual for dogs to struggle. It's not unusual for us to think we made a huge mistake in getting this really cute puppy because we're tired. We just survived potty training and crate training and puppy class and all those things, and now we want a break, and they're just amping up in their needs from what they need from us.
Sometimes it takes a village to raise the dog, so seeing us for a group lesson to help with distractions, seeing us for a private lesson, we are here to help you with that teenage kiddo.
Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you soon.